that go on as long as possible, but I also like it when the game ends in regulation, in overtime regulation like that, rather than penalty shots, just because I like to see, a quick change type of goal or something like that, like we saw. So, yeah, great action all night.
Let's relive it. Let's relive what we watched last night between the United States and Canada in regulation.
Harley for McKinnon, trying to weave. He scores! Through and toward the net from the top of the slot.
Harley drops the puck and then drives through the middle of the ice. That backs off Brady Tkachuk and Nate McKinnon, who has got this explosive stride, and he loves to shoot it in motion.
Center ice face-off, and back on to Taves. Now a wraparound by Matthews, and they score! Brady Tkachuk knocked it home!
In offensive zone, you've got Matthews with the Tkachuk brothers, not Eichel. Matthews wins this puck from Makar behind the net, and he spins to the front of the net. This puck comes all the way to the front as Matthews is trying to wrap this. It goes right between Taves' feet. And Brady Tkachuk, as he always does, is around the crease, and he just jams this to the net.
Back to his good buddy Werenski, right on net. Rebound, Matthews tried to pass. They score! Jake Sanderson!
Forecheck again, it's the Tkachuks that start this. That's Werenski that shoots the long wrister, and through this scramble, nobody picks up Jake Sanderson on the back door.
They are thrilled to be united again with the New York Rangers. Here's Mitch Marner, high slot down low. Bennett scores! Sam Bennett ties it for Canada.
Needs Sam Bennett. He didn't start in the lineup. He's in it. Gets in a fight on Saturday night. And Mitch Marner, who has been really quiet since the overtime winner against Sweden, drags the U.S. defense to the middle. Brock Nelson can't catch Bennett, and Bennett, who's got 18 goals in the regular season, puts this short side shelf. It's 2-2.
And then we would play 26 scoreless minutes. Nothing happened in the third. We would go to overtime, and the United States had multiple chances early.
Eichel from a tough angle. And the rebound carried off Bennington up high. Sanderson around and handled by Larkin. Side of the net, Gensel out in front. And Matthews stopped at point blank range. Bouncing puck, Matthews again. Again kicked out. The follow-up stopped by Bennington. It's 2019 all over again. Off the draw, Matthews again. Snatched by Bennington.
The U.S. has had all of the great chances.
Yeah, just a lot of chances. A lot of missed opportunities there, and you just knew that was going to come back to haunt the United States.
And he won that one and got a shot off. Centering pass, McDavid scores! Connor McDavid wins it for Canada! And Jordan Binnington has done it again inside the TD Garden.
3-2 the final in overtime. Canada beats the United States to win the first ever Four Nations face-off. Now, there will not be this event next year because we've got Olympics, man. But what a prelude to the Olympic tournament next year. And
one of the funnest things about that, DK, was watching it and hearing the announcers talk about how a lot of the American players have never played in an NHL playoff game.
Yeah.
So the idea that this game last night, and you're talking about the Olympics next year, the next crop of great American-born NHL hockey players haven't really, we all know the difference between the regular season and the playoffs might be more striking in any sport than in the NHL. And the fact that these players have yet to really play in those big games, the Olympics means more. The Olympics is the best international competition, but this is a great precursor. And some of these young Americans are going to remember that feeling today, DK. So we'll see what happens next summer.
All right, let's get our first break in, and when we come back, we're going to talk some rodeo. Josette Dector from Chicks and Chaps is going to join us. We are at the Tucson Rodeo grounds, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, 100 years of the Tucson Rodeo, 1925 to 2025, still going strong. And we'll be out here till 6 o'clock bringing you all the festivities. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at... Available to play in more than 40-plus states, including California and Texas. Right. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use the code ROAM and get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. That's code ROAM on PrizePicks to get $50 in bonus promo funds instantly when you play $5. Win or lose, you'll get $50 bonus credit for just playing, guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit PrizePicks.com for restrictions and details.
Lowe's knows how to help you get the most out of your store run. That's why members save more with My Lowe's Rewards. Earn points towards My Lowe's money on eligible purchases. Get access to member-only deals and free member gifts. Plus, unlock free standard shipping when you reach Silver Key status. So what are you waiting for? Join for free today. Lowe's. We help. You save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
I had the worst dream.
You can hear me okay, Josette?
Yes, sir. The kids
okay.
and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, that's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
They really put you in the loudest
no
spot.
They
really put you in the loudest spot.
Right from his house.
Ethos, here we go.
There's the generator over there, everything else.
That's getethos.com. Sample is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy non-smoker.
It's all ambiance.
It's cold outside and you need safe, reliable heat for you and your family. For a limited time, Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is offering a free furnace with the purchase of a qualifying HVAC split system. For fast, reliable service, call Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturockscooling.com.
Picturock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
From the Auto Nation, Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Speedway in Alvernon and Speedway Boulevard, traffic signals malfunctioning, some slowing at the intersection. Collisions that are reported Old Father near Ina, north of Ina, on Old Father at Massingale, Sabino Canyon, south of Snyder Road. For your weather, lows near 43, 75 and sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday and 76 now. And that's your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big, but there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And you are looking live here at the Tucson Rodeo grounds. This is our little position here. We are kind of, if you're wondering where we are, we're kind of a little bit close to the American flag, which is hanging off of that crane you can see over there. We're in the kind of the northeast section of the Tucson Rodeo grounds here, tucked away in a nice little loud corner, as our guest Josette Decter said a few moments ago here. She joins us. She's with Chicks and Chaps. And Josette, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by and get us going on our rodeo coverage here today. You're first up, so a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure.
yeah,
So Josette, are you from here, from Southern Arizona?
Yes, I'm born and raised Tucson, Arizona. I've been coming out volunteering with Chicks and Chaps since I was 15, and now I'm 23. So it's been 8 years I've been coming out.
Okay, so had you ever been to the rodeo before that?
Yeah, so my grandma has brought me ever since I was small, and I've been coming out to the rodeo for all 23 years of my life.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a seasoned vet.
So when you were growing up, what was fun? I mean, we're watching all these little kids running around here. They've got their cowboy boots on. They've got their cowboy hats on. What was fun about coming out here as a kid?
Yeah, so my favorite was to see the animals, just to see all the animals. I loved the barrel racers and to see all the strong women riding around the arena and being out on the field, and then just being able to get like cotton candy or like a little pony or something out. The vendors always have such cool stuff. The grounds is always so warm and full of life, and the people out here are always so kind.
You're a horse person? You ride horses yourself?
I used to when I was very small.
Okay.
I rode horses up until I was about 7 years old, and I haven't been on one since, but I still have a love for them.
Okay, so what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite event?
Yeah, so I would say my favorite is the barrels.
Barrels, okay.
I do also like team roping.
Okay.
I think that's so cool to have to jump down and do all that kind of crazy stuff.
Awesome. Chatting with Josette Decter. She's from Chicks and Chaps. They are a huge part of the Tucson Rodeo every year. We had a chance to talk to Christina Garza last year when we were out here. But just remind folks what Chicks and Chaps is all about.
Yeah, so Chicks and Chaps is a 501c3. We're completely nonprofit. We're completely volunteer ran. And all of our money we raise goes to local breast cancer patients. So what we raise goes towards Arizona Cancer Foundation. We raise money for non-medical treatment. So wigs, head coverings, transportation, lodging, therapies, all those kinds of things that aren't going to be covered by different insurances and other costs. So we're just out here to help the community. We have an event on the first Sunday of every rodeo, and we're raising money to donate to them. Last year we raised over $125,000 in our past we've been out here for 12 years now. So in our past 12 years, we've raised about that much money. And we don't know exactly what we raised at our event, but hopefully it's a lot.
So what made you want to get involved? What did breast cancer touch your life?
Yeah, so breast cancer affects 1 in 8 people.
Yeah.
But my grandmother specifically on my mom's side, she had breast and ovarian cancer, and I never had the privilege of meeting her. She passed away when my mom was 26, and it's my way of honoring her legacy and honoring her memory by helping other folks in the same scenarios as she was when my mom was young.
So you guys are out here every day. What do you guys do out here during the day to kind of maybe get your message out and to be a part of the events that are happening out here?
Yeah, so we have a booth out here under the grandstands. It's near the entrance to Section A, and we have a bunch of different merchandise there, some infographics about what we do and where we donate our money, and all that kind of stuff. And that's out here every day. Our big main event is the first Sunday of every rodeo, but every other day after that, we're out here at our booth. And this year we have some cool stuff going online as well. So we have our online silent auction that's live right now, and it's going to go till the end of rodeo, as well as our online merch booth partnered with Bling by Design. So we have all kinds of stuff going on online as well for folks who weren't able to get tickets for the rodeo this year.
So you mentioned, obviously, that the Chicks and Chaps event was the first Sunday. You don't know how much money you guys have raised from this year's event, but what was fun about it this year?
Oh, gosh, we had the biggest amount of people come out in any year
past.
And
nice.
we had so many folks come out and enjoy the event. It was so cool to see all these people rallying around these women. And we have a fashion show that we do, that we have cancer survivors and fighters and their families doing. They walk in our fashion show, and that's beyond my favorite part of every time we have our Chicks and Chaps event. It's just so cool to hear their stories and to see them wear all this Western wear, and to be honored, really.
If there are, is this a women's only group, or men can be involved as well?
Yeah. All kinds of people from all walks of life are affected by cancer, and it's the same with our group. We have all kinds of folks come in and join in on our festivities. It is pink, so you have to be manly enough to wear pink if you want to come.
Right.
But it is for all ages, all genders, anything like that. We just really want to raise money for the folks in our community.
So you mentioned that you got in at 15 years old.
Yes.
Were there other young teenagers at the time when you got involved?
No, not exactly. There are a few that were around at my time as well. I came out and I found community with the ladies out here volunteering, and I just wanted to help. I just wanted to come out. I just wanted to do my part, whether that means I'm selling raffle tickets at our booth, whether that means I'm running all over trying to get water bottles and things like that for folks. And for the first few years, I didn't volunteer at the event. I was just working the booth. And as I slowly started showing up year after year, they were like, okay, I guess I guess she can come in and help out. And so I started
show up enough, they'll put you to work.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And so that was kind of my motto, was, okay, I'm going to just go and I'm going to do what they need, and whatever it is, it's fine. I don't care what it is. I just want to be out there, and I want to do something that's making me happy, but that's also going to benefit other people in my community. And so that was my driving force. And then all of a sudden they were like, hey, do you want to come and be on the board? Do you want to come do registration? And I was like, okay, yeah. And I've been doing it ever since, and it's been so awesome, so fun. And it's a really cool part of the whole spectrum, because with registration, I'm customer facing.
Okay.
I'm helping all of the people who registered for our event check in. I'm emailing back and forth with them. I'm really getting to know the community on an even bigger level. And I get to meet so many different kinds of people, whether they be survivors or they know someone who's survived cancer of some kind, and they're out here and they want to come to our event, they want to have fun. And it's also really cool because I've been coming to the rodeo since I was a child, and some of these people have never been. They've never been to the rodeo. This is their first rodeo. And
last year was my first time.
Awesome. Yeah, so we have a behind the chutes event. We talk to notable cowboys and cowgirls of the rodeo. We get to really dive deep into what rodeo is while raising money for these breast cancer patients in the area, or really any cancer patient.
So if people want to get involved in Chicks and Chaps, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, so we have a website. It is TucsonChicksandChaps.org. We also have an Instagram and a Facebook, also at Tucson Chicks and Chaps. And we are always looking for sponsors. We're always looking for other volunteers. We're always looking for silent auction donations. And we just ended our event, but we're already ramping up for next year, hoping to get more numbers and more folks out, and more awareness and more exposure for our organization, and also just the impact rodeo has on people in the Western lifestyle.
Awesome. Well, hey, Josette, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us. Again, it's TucsonChicksandChaps.org for all the information if you want to get involved with this fabulous organization that is around our Tucson Rodeo annually, and with funds going to help the fight against breast cancer. Josette, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Josette Decter. We are at the Tucson Rodeo, 100 years of the Tucson Rodeo. We'll get another break here and Come back and have a whole lot more. It's DK on the Sports Tip, and you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Great. Thanks, William. Good meeting.
What about me?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are live out here at the Tucson Rodeo grounds. It is La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. Wrapping things up, the final 3 days out here. Today and Saturday and Sunday, most of the action takes place between 2 and 4:30 each day. We have got a lot of wind out here right now. I mean, this wind, we're kind of over near the, if you're wondering like exactly where we are, we're kind of near the, there's a bunch of flags. I mentioned the United States flag on the crane. We're kind of near there, and we're also kind of a few doors down from the little setup where they've got all kinds of different flags waving, and those flags are going right now.
DK, I'm no expert on flags, but I would imagine that the flag placement is based in general on where there's wind, because flags and wind are good combinations.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. We got. I'm looking at these flags right now. We got an Oregon flag up there. We got the Lakers. We got U of A. We got breast cancer. We got Chivas, the soccer team. We got their flag up there. We got all kinds. We got some of the. We'll do. Let's see. We got some of the guys from the rodeo. They're gonna hop in here. So we'll have them hop in. We'll have one hop in. We'll get another mic set up for the other one here. We'll have you sit here, sir. And I'm going to have you throw that on there. So you got to unfortunately take your cowboy hat off. That's a nice one right there. We're out at the Tucson Rodeo. I'm going to be talking to a few of the competitors that are here this weekend. And what's your name, young man?
My name is Alan Bohr.
Alan, last name, I'm sorry?
Bohr.
Alan Bohr. And Alan, where are you from?
Axtell, Utah.
Haxtell, Utah. Is that close to the Arizona border, or where's that by?
No, I'm pretty much right in the middle of the state.
Okay, right in the middle of the state. And what event are you having out here this weekend?
In the saddle bronc riding.
Saddle bronc riding? How long have you been in rodeo?
My rookie year was 2013, so I'm one of the older guys. It's 12 years now.
All right. What keeps you loving this event and coming back every year?
Just the excitement and the adrenaline rush when you get on. I love bronc riding, so I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can, and we'll see how long that is.
What got you into rodeo?
I grew up on a farm, and we had horses, but had some buddies talk me into this, which I was crazy at the time, and I was just dumb enough to stick through it.
And you're still crazy, right?
Yeah, that hasn't went away.
Now explain saddle bronc to people maybe that don't know much about what that is.
So we get on a bucking horse with a saddle. Our saddle does not have a saddle horn, but you stirrups for both feet to go in, and we just hold on to a bronc rein that's connected to the horse's halter, and that's all we have to hold on to is the one rein, and the other hand we have up in the air, and we try to ride these bucking horses for 8 seconds.
Outstanding. We've got another young man here. Priscilla, I'm going to have you turn the camera a little bit so we can get this other young man in the shot over here. There, not that much, because you'll take me out of the shot. Come back a little bit this way and down. Right there, and down. There we go. Down. There we go, right there. We're broadcasting this, streaming this video, so we want to make sure we get everybody on camera. Young man, what's your name?
My name's Jasper Frost.
Jasper Frost.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jasper, where are you from?
I'm from Browns Valley, California.
Brown Valley, California. And how many years you been coming out to the Tucson Rodeo?
This is my first year.
First year?
Yeah, first timer.
And are you a saddle bronc as well?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you guys work together, or are you competitors?
So we compete against each other, but, we're always cheering each other on.
Okay.
Yeah, we're mainly just competing with the horse we got drawn for that day.
Outstanding. So you, how many years you been in it?
I'm going on 5 years in the bronc riding.
5 years?
So I started in freshman year.
Okay. So this is your first year here, though. When did you decide to come out and make this an event for yourself?
Well, all because my brother, he's a bear rec rider. He's going through all these rodeos and trying to make the NFR, so I just hopped in with him and trying to hit all the rodeos I can hit with him.
Now, you're the younger brother here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you grew up watching him do this?
I did.
All right.
Yep.
How old were you when you kind of first started to think that this might be something you'd want to do?
I would say freshman year would be 15.
So freshman year of high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
High school.
Okay, outstanding.
Yep.
Jasper Frost joining us, Alan Bohr. Also, they're both saddle bronkers out here this weekend. So how have you guys done? Who's leading this whole thing in terms of the saddle bronkers so far?
I guess that's me.
Yeah,
okay, you're in first place?
Alan's winning
yeah,
right
Alan, we're well for today.
You guys are done after? So this was your final day?
No, we'll come back. I'll come back Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
Yep. But
Okay.
I was leading today. I think I'm sitting third for the whole rodeo.
For the whole rodeo? Outstanding. How are you feeling about your first performance here, Jasper?
I thought it was pretty good. I was 76. A couple holes out of making the short round, but I'm just glad to be in Tucson.
All right, so how long does it take, Jasper, to kind of get the feel for it?
I would say 250 horses probably.
250 horses?
Yeah, quite a few. That's how long it took me.
So you guys count how many horses are you at now?
I kind of lost count. Yeah, it's pretty hard to keep.
Hang on, guys. I want to get a traffic report in here. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Midtown, Crash, Alvernon and Grant Road and Alvernon, also road work at the intersection. At Alvernon and Speedway, traffic signals malfunctioning. Other collisions reported Old Father north of Ina and Sabino Canyon south of Snyder. Lows near 43, 75 and sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday and 76 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big, but there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
All right, we're back out here at the Tucson Rodeo grounds. It is La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo, chatting with Jasper Frost and Alan Bohr, who do a little saddle bronking here. And Alan, what is your advice to young guys like Jasper who are coming in, getting started a few years into this whole thing?
I think the biggest deal is you just get everything you got every time, and when you keep your head up, because eventually they will pay you. And yeah,
have they paid you yet, Jasper? Have you won any of these things along the way?
Yeah, I've won some money out in Denver, Colorado a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Outstanding. Very. How'd you feel about your performance to get that done?
I thought it was pretty good, honestly. It could have changed a couple things, which I'm working on right now, so it's a work in progress.
Now, how many people, Alan, do you have on your team? Like in terms of to travel with you that help you out at each of these events?
So they'll let us group up to like groups of 4.
Okay.
And this particular day, I'm just by myself.
Okay.
I just came from home. But during the summer, we'll jump in all together and get into groups of 3 or 4 to help each other through the travel and the expenses and share the driving type of thing.
Okay, and Jasper, we'll talk to your brother here after our next break. But do you guys, who's on your team? Do your parents travel with you guys? Or
they do to the local rodeos, a couple hours away, but right now it's just me and my brother.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Seeing anything you like out here in Tucson this week?
The weather.
The weather?
Yeah. It was pretty cold. We came from San Antonio last night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
12-hour drive, and it was pretty chilly out there.
So 12-hour drive, and then you performed today?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
We got here at 8 in the morning.
You got to. So who did most of the driving?
He did most of the driving. He did about 7.5, 8 hours, and I did about 3.5, 4 hours.
All right, so he doesn't let you drive too much.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys stopping by. Best of luck, Alan, as you continue here this weekend. And Jasper, we'll keep an eye on you and see if you're at the top of that leaderboard a lot here in the near future.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
All right, we're going to get another break in here. We're out at the Tucson Rodeo, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros. We'll talk to Jasper's brother coming up next. DK on the Sports Tip. You'll listen to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, man. It's me, your furnace, man.
Thanks, guys.
Can I get
Appreciate
a light
it.
here,
Thank
man?
you
I know
so
we
much.
live in Arizona, so I understand I'm not, like it's cool.
Hop on in here, big brother.
I still need a tune-up at least once a year, man. So get the best in town, man. Goodfellas AC.
How you doing, David?
Hey,
Jason?
Can you smell
Nice.
that, man? I swear it
Jason?
wasn't me. Okay, it was me.
Okay,
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Jason.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
CEO quote, okay, B-Day done.
1290.
All right, we're coming to you live from the Tucson Rodeo grounds, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. It is getting down to the nitty-gritty. We got Friday today, wrapping things up here in a little bit. Then Saturday and Sunday competitions. We just talked with Jasper Frost, a young saddle bronker who's been out here, and now we're going to talk to his big brother, Jasek, who is in a little bit different competition here out at the rodeo. Jasek, appreciate you taking some time to join us. First of all, what's the age difference between you and Jasper?
2 years and 4 months.
2 years and 4 months.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your event that you do.
So my event, they have a saddle and stuff. Mine's more like a suitcase handle, like rigging. So it's just a little body that just goes on the horse's back, and we have a glove with some wedges in it and stuff, and we pry it in pretty much, and then hope it don't come out.
There you go.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So you're trying. They're trying to stay on the bronc. You're trying to stay on the horse. Is that kind of how it works?
Yeah, they're like they'll switch horses back and forth,
Okay.
like bareback horses and saddle bronc horses and stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, they're all kind of do the same kind of buck in the same way.
So what did you guys come from a rodeo family or?
Yeah, my dad bulldogged and stuff.
Okay.
We steer wrestled for 13 years, and
Wow.
then my mom just runs some barrels at some amateur rodeos and stuff like that.
Outstanding. Is there
Yeah.
more? Is there more siblings that are involved, or just the two
Nope,
of you?
just me and Jasper.
Just you and Jasper. So could you tell when you started getting into it that it was something that he might do too? That he kind of watched you loved watching you do it and would get into it eventually?
I mean, yeah, like we always grew up riding horses and kind of always been around it, like since we were little. Like we were on horses since we were 3. Like we started riding horses, and we started doing the mutton busting and the calf riding, and then it just kind of evolved.
Jasek Frost is joining us now. You guys are from California. What part of California are you from again?
We're in Browns Valley.
Okay, now where's that at?
It's 45 minutes from Sacramento.
Okay.
Kind of like toward up north.
So
more
Northern
like
California toward the Oregon border?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of closer to Red Bluff and in that big triangle kind of right there.
Is it kind of a community that spawns rodeo folks? There are a lot of guys you grew up watching that you kind of looked at and said, I want to kind of model after him, or?
Yeah, like when I was in junior high, R.C. Landingham I went to his house and he set up a rigging for me and stuff and helped me get started and kind of told me, and everybody helps. Like if you're a kid that's trying to do it and trying hard, they're like all them guys want you to get there too. Like they knew where they started from and stuff, so they kind of help do their helping hand on what they can tell you and stuff like it. This whole community is great.
That's awesome. Jasek Frost joining us now. I'm reading, I think, a little bit on you. You do a little bull riding too?
Yeah, I used to ride bulls in high school and stuff. And
Okay.
Like we wrestled when we were younger before that and played baseball. Like we've done everything.
Well, it's interesting because the guy that runs this rodeo now, Sam Merriman. I don't know if you met Sam, but he grew up here in Tucson. He grew up in the rodeo, but then made the decision to play football and got away from the rodeo as he went out and played college football and actually had played for 5 years in the National Football League before coming back home to run the Tucson Rodeo. At what point did you decide, well, I'm playing baseball, I'm doing some of these other sports, but I want to focus on rodeo?
It was probably toward the end of my senior year. I was kind of like, I want to go to the NFR. That's my goals. I want to. So I kind of put all my eggs in that basket.
All right. So how's it going for you so far? What stage, I guess, would you say you are at right now?
I mean, that's kind of a hard. I mean, I think I draw the right ones.
Yeah.
I ride good. I try to ride good at least. Didn't go very good for me today, but.
Now, what happened today?
I was 73 today.
Okay.
It kind of just got on a hard horse. Just kind of just started getting down the pen. It's hard with the judge events because they judge the horses 1 to 50 and they judge you 1 to 50.
I see.
So each judge pretty much scores you 25. So there's 4 judges, so they score you 25, 25, 25.
And you're on a horse. Had you ever ridden that horse, or are you on a horse, a very totally unfamiliar horse?
Absolute stranger to him.
Yeah. So, like, when you get on, when you get on the horse, what are you immediately trying to identify to make it a good ride?
You can only do so much. Like, I mean, some horses will give you a chance, and other horses kind of don't give you a chance. Like, there's, for how they score it either way, but like my horse was probably a 17, 18 today, where it needed to be a 21 or 22 point horse for me to, for it to both work, if that makes sense in a way.
Now, you done here for the weekend, or you got more riding to do?
Yeah, no, we're gonna, as soon as we're done with this, me and my brother are gonna book it to San Antonio, Texas. I'm in the wild card round tomorrow.
So you guys rode in San Antonio yesterday.
Yep, I rode.
You got in the car and come here today, and now you're going back to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the norm? Is that kind of how it works in this thing?
We are professional drivers. in my opinion, we are professional drivers, and we rodeo for fun. Like we do it.
Now, how much? So what do you have? You have a trailer or something, or what do you got? You just get in your car, or what do you have that you're traveling with?
I have a dually pickup with a Capri camper on the back.
Okay.
And then a generator and stuff, but
nice.
Yeah,
so San Antonio, that'll be it for this weekend. And
yep, San Antonio, and then I'm up in Houston, Texas, the 7th through the 9th.
Okay.
And then we'll go to Mercedes, Texas, and Austin, and over to North Dakota for Watford City, and then down to Redmond, Oregon, and just bounce around everywhere.
Now, Jasper said this was his first time here. Have you been here before?
Yep, this is my second time here.
Second time here? Yep. What do you like about this event?
It's great for being in the cold winter rodeos, to actually be in an outdoor pen that's sunny and actually be outdoors. It's good inside the buildings and stuff, but nothing beats an outdoor rodeo.
Right. And it's interesting because I didn't even really kind of think about it, that there's no differentiating indoors versus outdoors. It's all the same. There's no indoor rodeo versus outdoor rodeo. It's just rodeo, and some are indoors and some are outdoors.
No, and horses buck way different here than they'll buck in an indoor pen, and it's same difference with the calves and their team roping horse, anybody's calf roping horse, barrel horse, they all perform different in every different outcome and stuff.
Okay, you got any titles so far in your career? How many titles you got?
I won the state in high school.
Okay.
6 times.
Wow.
Won the all-around, won the bear rack riding twice, won the bull riding twice, won the calf roping. Yeah.
Okay, any NFR
nope, not
top
yet.
placements yet, or what's the best NFR placement so far?
Last year was my rookie year, and I finished 20th in the world.
Okay.
So this year's my
What's the goal this year? Top 15, top 10?
Top 10.
Top 10?
That's my plan, yes,
All
sir.
right, so in the season stretches, how long?
It'll go all the way till October 30th.
Okay.
And then the NFR is the December.
Outstanding. Very good. Well, Jason, hey, appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have safe travels. Be careful out on those roads.
Yeah, we
Is
will.
it pretty? What's the scenic route like from Tucson to San Antonio? I've never driven that.
It ain't very scenic.
No.
There's just roads, and you just follow them.
What's your favorite place? You guys got a place you like to stop and eat along the way, or you stop? Is it a normal place? You try to find a nice, good at-home restaurant kind of thing, home cooking kind of food,
Yeah.
or.
We carry a lot of our own food. I have that 17-inch Blackstone ever, so
all right.
I cook quite a bit for
there
ourselves.
You go.
Yeah,
outstanding.
Kind of healthier.
There we go. Healthy living. That's the key to long life.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. All right, Jason Frost, Jasper Frost. Keep an eye on them as they make their way up in this rodeo world. Jason, appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, Jason Frost out here this weekend, riding horseback along with his brother, a Bronx rider. It is DK on the Sports Tip. 520-848-1290 is the number if you want to get in on the program. Lots more still ahead for you. We're going to talk to the ring announcer coming up. Will Rasmussen will join us in the 4 o'clock hour, as well as they promised us the clown last year. He didn't come by, but I hear he is going to come by this year. So I think we'll get the clown, the rodeo clown. There's nothing better than a rodeo clown, too. All right. We have got much more coming up for you. This is DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic
Thank
Center,
you.
it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Earlier crash, Sabino Canyon near Snyder on Sabino Canyon, south of Snyder, and also in the area of Irvington and 6th Avenue. Expect to see a lot of extra traffic through Sunday near the Tucson Rodeo grounds. 43 our overnight low, 75 sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and a 76 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires, there's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay, things people love.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do. With press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
Bounce pass, a walk, a slam it home.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low-pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low-pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text TIP to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text TIP to 321-321. That's TIP to 321-321.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
We are your home for all things Arizona basketball. 3 hours of pregame. They're not going to finish the season 19-1, guys. 2 hours of postgame.
I guarantee you, Coach told the guys don't come over and help on him.
And all the action in between. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tucson, it's time for the Color Guard Classic by Exact Sciences, March 7th through the 9th at La Paloma Country Club and the Westin La Paloma Resort and Spa. See some of golf's greatest players compete for the coveted Conquistadors Helmet Trophy. It's PGA Tour Champions Golf at its finest.
Let's kick it.
And Friday night, see the I Love the 90s Tour featuring Vanilla Ice, Rob Bass, and Tone Loc live in concert at Rillito Park. The Cologuard Classic by Exact Sciences, benefiting colorectal cancer awareness and youth sports. Tickets and more at cologuardclassic.com.
Ready? Go.
Okay, doctor.
Operation.
No, the most amazing care.
They changed my life. Highness Hospital for Children! Because people just like you, kids like me, can play in the game of life. Thank you! Go to loveshriners.org right away. Thank you!
Your home for everything Arizona Wildcats. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290, KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our hour number 2 out here at the La Fiesta de los Vaqueros Tucson Rodeo. I'm David Kelly. Powerful first hour there. Had a lot of folks that stopped on by to chat rodeo with us. Had the Frost brothers, Jasper and Jason. Good to chat with them, as well as Alan Bohr and also Josette Dickert from the Chicks and Chaps. They're doing a lot of great things out here, raising money for breast cancer awareness. Josette was telling me they raised enough money to get 72 wigs for cancer patients, female
That's
cancer
great.
patient survivors this past year. 82 gas cards for survivors. They're doing a lot of great stuff out here. Always great to get a chance to talk to them about the endeavors that they have going on to help fight breast cancer.
Yeah, I mean, such a great cause, DK, and even a better name. I really like it. Chicks
Yeah,
and Chaps.
love it, absolutely. Always love as well talking to some of the competitors that we see out here. That's crazy though. The Frost brothers,
right,
competed yesterday in San Antonio. Drove 12 hours to get here to compete, and now going to turn around and go back to San Antonio to compete again tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is that I'm sure it's a common schedule in that I don't think that they're doing giant rodeos in downtown Chicago. So it's probably the same, 5-10 cities that you're going back and forth to, right?
Yeah.
My question to you, DK, is what are you going to try bareback? Are you going to do saddle horn? What's your
I
what's
don't.
your go-to?
I'm just watching them. I'm just watching the kids ride this mechanical bronc over here, and that looked like that would throw my back out 10 times.
I don't think I ever
just
told you this.
in the first 2 minutes.
I don't think I ever told you this, but I did get a ribbon one time for barrel racing.
Really?
Yeah, like when I was 14 or 15.
Okay.
In the summertime. I think it was second or third place. And it was not fast. It was very slow. But yeah, somewhere in a box, somewhere, I've got a ribbon for barrel racing. That was about my extent of rodeo.
All right. Hey, you got a ribbon. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people out there that don't have ribbons.
Yeah, it's right next
for
to my
anything.
most improved tennis player in the summer of 1982 at the Tucson Racket Club.
Most improved tennis player.
Yeah, when you go from terrible to not quite
to not
terrible,
quite as terrible.
then you're improved, yeah.
There you go. A lot of wind out here today, man. Some tents are weighted down pretty good. We got the flags I mentioned. They're blowing, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of dust. I keep wiping off my my laptop because it is getting kind of dusty out here as well.
If there's one thing I know, DK, is there's dust at a rodeo.
Yes,
That's
there
how that
is. It's part of the rodeo life. That's for sure. We've got a lot of events happening in Southern Arizona this weekend in terms of the U of A basketball tomorrow. We had a chance to talk with Tommy Lloyd a little bit earlier today. We'll bring you a little bit of that. Another fire version of DK with TL. Got some good questions in to the head coach this week. Asked him a little bit about what we were talking about last week about how they're defending some of the pick and roll action. And how they do that is it depends on if the guard coming off as a shooter versus a facilitator. Some good stuff on that this week. We'll let you hear a lot of that tomorrow on our pregame show, which coverage will begin at 4:30. Arizona softball is going to be playing again tonight, a doubleheader. They won a doubleheader last night. Let's give you some of the highlights on what happened last night out at Hillenbrand Stadium for the ladies. They played 2 games. One game, the first, was against the number 20 Stanford Cardinal. They came into that game undefeated. Stanford was 10-0 facing the 10-1 Arizona Wildcats.
2 on, 1 out, the 3-2. Ground ball right side of the infield. Economides. Only play was to toss it to Kern, covering the bag at second, and a run will score. Sniffen touches home, and it's 1-0 Wildcats in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-0 to Dimmler. In on the hands, lace to right center field. That'll land, and one hop off the wall. Nets around second, and she'll be held at third. A 2-out double for Paige Dimmler. The 1-2. Bounces in there, gets away, and a run will score. Arizona adds another one. on a wild pitch, and Devin Netz touches home. Hard hit grounder just inside the bag at first. From first to third goes Logan Cole. They're giving her the green light. The throw is not in time. Cole in safely. An RBI triple for Kaya Altmaier makes it 3-0 Arizona. The 1-0. Square to bunt, gets away. Altmaier will come home. 4-0 Arizona. Grounder back through, but Cole perfectly positioned at second. Will take it herself and double off Clements and Economides to end the top of the fifth. What a play at second by Logan Cole. Devin Netz looks to the wrist, gets the sign, and she'll deliver. The 0-1, sky to left field, and that one is out of here. A 2-out solo home run for Allie Clements. What a time to hit her first home run of the season. It gets Stanford on the board, 4-1 in the top of the seventh. The 2-2 from Nets, off speed, on the corner, strike three. Second complete game of the year. And Nets shuts down the Cardinals, leading to a Wildcat win. 4-1 your final score.
Devin Netz, a complete game, allowed just one run on 5 hits, had 7 strikeouts. She is now 5-1 for the Arizona Wildcats. Retired the first 8 batters of the game before giving up that late home run there. 4-1, Wildcats, number 11 in the country, knock off number 20, Stanford. Then in game 2, it was Arizona against California Davis.
This one's long gone into the night sky. The top of the bleachers in left. A 2-run bomb for Sydney Stewart. Her 4th home run of the year. Cole, 1 for 1, a sac bunt and a walk. Drills this one to right field. Off the wall. 1 run scores. Cole around second. The second run coming in. It's 2 more added, and it's 4-0. Arizona in the bottom of the second. A triple for Cole. Plates 2 more. Line through the right side. That'll plate another run. Logan Cole scores. And it's 5-0 Wildcats here in the bottom of the second inning. Out of the pen, and they've used them in this game here tonight. This one's drilled to right center field, and that ball is gone. Out of here. A solo shot by Kavanaugh makes it 7-0 Arizona. She lines this one to deep right field, but Demler makes the catch for the final out of the inning and the game. 7-2 the final score. Arizona moves to 12-1 on the year.
7-2, Arizona over UC Davis. 4 pitchers used in that second game for the Wildcats. Miranda Stoddard got the win in relief. She went 3 1/3, striking out 4, did not give up a hit. Brooke Mannon started, but she only went 2/3 of an inning before giving away to Stoddard. Sydney Sumnerdike would pitch in the 5th. She faced 4 batters, allowing a hit and a strikeout. And Ryan Maddox would close out the game with 2 1/3 innings, not giving up an earned run. The ladies are back out on the field tonight against UC Davis again. They'll play them at 5 o'clock, and then Colorado State at 7. So a doubleheader tonight. 12-1 is Arizona, and the final 2 games before they get number 1 Texas tomorrow at 3 o'clock, approximately 3 o'clock, at Hillenbrand Stadium. That is going to be a fun one tomorrow between Arizona and Texas. Can't wait to see that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that her name escapes me just that quick. One of the ex-Wildcats is on the Texas roster and has been for the last couple of years. I'll have to see if she still plays for the Longhorns, but that'll be a very good opportunity for the Wildcats to potentially solidify a top 10 ranking if they can knock off the number 1. Bella Dayton is who I'm thinking of. Played with Texas the last few years. I believe she's still with the team, and played here at the University of Arizona for a couple of seasons before transferring into that very powerful Longhorn program. But definitely, I think a win over Texas puts Arizona into the top 10 next week. We shall see. Still plenty of action left in the Hillenbrand Invitational this weekend. Also happening right now, Arizona Tennis is number 10 in the country, and they are facing number 7 San Diego over at the Robson Tennis Center. So we will have an update for you on that game as well coming up a little bit later. That game that match, I should say, got underway about 2 o'clock. So they probably should be into the singles phase of that now. We'll give you an update on that coming up in our next segment. 520-848-1290 is the number if you want to get in on the program out here. If you've been out to the rodeo, if you want to share a rodeo story, we'd love to hear it. J-Dub, they tell me the clown is coming this year. He did not come last year. I'm told the clown is coming this year.
I'm really hoping it shows up this year.
That was a major disappointment. I hope he talks. I would, I'm sure they wouldn't send a clown to the radio who couldn't talk, right?
I mean, that's the thing about it, is that there's a real crossover between like the French mime thing and Spanish like bullfighting. There's a lot of mimey clowns type of thing. So yes, I hope that there's a very loud cricket. Have you ever interacted with the clown at a rodeo? And did they talk to you?
Every day. Every day, my good sir.
Yeah.
My question is, where's Dragon Ball?
Well, he's out there trying to work on his bareback riding.
Oh, okay, good, good. I hope he's careful.
Oh yeah, I hope he's careful too, because we don't have room for injuries on our staff.
This is true.
Yeah, we have a very deep bench.
Yeah.
Well, if cricket is here, you know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
It is the weekend! Woo! And yes. Cricket, as always, is going to tell you everything that is happening around southern Arizona outside of the fact about the rodeo, because I'm telling you about that for the next 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Tonight it is Light the Mic, so it's kind of like an open mic night for rappers, or maybe if you want to do some stand-up comedy or reading poetry. 6 tonight at the Catalyst Creative Collective at Tucson Mall. Tomorrow is the Tucson Craft Beer Crawl, 1 to 6 p.m. downtown Tucson tomorrow. You'll tear that up. Tomorrow there is a Taylor Swift-themed silent adventure, so it's kind of like a silent disco meets Flash Mob. Starts at 4:30 tomorrow.
So beer crawl and then stumble your way through silent adventures? Okay.
And then you can sing Taylor Swift all afternoon downtown Tucson. And also, as DK has been saying, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros through Sunday, TucsonRodeo.com for the schedule and the details.
Yeah, we had Shane Reeser on a few weeks ago from Tucson Foodie. He heads up that craft beer crawl every year. Have you ever? Either one of you ever been to that one?
My own.
Well, I mean,
your own craft beer crawl.
The thing is like we had a craft beer event here in town for 15 years before the first ever Tucson, but I did go to the very first one. It was like 2015 or 16. It was the first ever of this version. Okay. But there was one back in the 90s they used to have out at Old Tucson that I went to several times. This one, I've only been the first year. I have a T-shirt from the very first year of Tucson Beer Craft.
Yeah, you got a T-shirt. Got a T-shirt to prove you were down there.
The first one, yeah. I was at the first one. I haven't been back because I mean, I lived my whole 20s. I lived at a bar and was,
You're over it.
Yeah, I'm over it.
You're way more mature than that.
No, I've done my crawling. I've done enough crawling in my life, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking news. We were talking about Arizona men's tennis, and it is now final over at the Robson Tennis Center. The Wildcats knock off number 7 San Diego 4-0. 4-0. So that means they won the doubles point, and they won 3 of the singles matches to shut out number 7 San Diego. So congratulations to Clancy and his squad. They might be in the top 10 as well. We might be looking at several top 10 programs come next week here at the University of Arizona. Men's tennis could be top 10. Softball could be top 10. I don't know that Arizona basketball winning this weekend will get them back to the top 10, but maybe closer. So things looking up right now for a lot of our programs here, both winter and spring here at the University of Arizona. All right, Cricket will be back with us in the 5 o'clock hour with more about what's happening in Tucson. But right now, she's going to get you home with traffic and weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions at a reported Congress and I-10 reported on Congress at I-10. Wreck on Catalina Highway at Milepost 9. And tonight there's going to be a closure. The eastbound I-10 frontage road going to close between Grant and Speedway from 9 to midnight tonight. Lows near 43, 75, sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and 76 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at Walmart or straighttalk.com.
February means Valentine's Day, but we're always spreading the love at Oral Ford. Hi, it's Alex Medina. What's not to love about paying 2% lower taxes only at Oral Ford? Then there's zero dealer add-ons at Oral Ford. Love that. And everyone loves this. I'll beat any price on a new Ford. So look, we don't use the same old rule book at Oral Ford. We sell cars from the heart. That's how we always do business.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are out at the Tucson Rodeo, 100 years of the Tucson Rodeo. This whole thing began in 1925, and it is still going. Last year we were out here. It was the 100th rodeo. This year, of course, it is the 100-year anniversary of the rodeo. 1925 to 2025. It's really cool kind of seeing all the little kids wearing their hats. And we're actually kind of really close to, there's this line of people. And when I first kind of looked up, I thought, well, there must be something there, or there must be food over there or something. But, J-Dub, it's not actually food. It's called Allen's Lids.
Right.
And they're cleaning people's hats.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Allen's Lids was around last year, were they not?
Probably, I would imagine. I don't remember if they were in this same area with us or not.
Yeah,
but
I'd like to refer back to my statement from an hour ago about dust and rodeos kind of going.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense.
That's cool. So I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on it to just see how they clean people's hats and all of that. If you know anything about cleaning your cowboy hat, give us a call here at 520-848-1290. I had to take mine off because the wind got a little crazy out here. I might be able to put it back on now because it was blowing it off my head here. My borrowed Stetson,
right,
from our buddy Pork Chop, who hooked me up again this year. He hooked me up last year with this lid, and he hooked me up again this year. So props out to our guy Pork Chop from Kim FM, the morning show with Max, Pork Chop, and Shannon. He's always coming through, and check him out. If you want great country music, go find Pork Chop. Go find out where Pork Chop is DJing tonight. Usually it's the Maverick. That's normally where he houses up. I think he's down at Corbett's on some nights as well. They have country music down at Corbett's now. Lots of opportunities to find our guy Pork Chop and get your country line dance on.
You mean Pork Chop, the hardest working man in the industry
exactly.
here in Southern Arizona?
He is by
Pork
far.
Chop.
He's the hardest working man at our station anyway. No question about that. Pork Chop sleeps overnight sometimes. He works so hard to make sure he's there for the morning show. We love that guy. Appreciate him immensely. Another great guy from Bloomington, Illinois, where I went to high school, or near where I went to high school. I went to high school on the other side of town, the normal side of town, as we like to say, back in the day. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Our guy Doug in Tucson checks in on the text. He says, I'm glad you asked Coach about Delhi, Anthony Delorso. As a fan, I like seeing him active around the rim, but I understand Tommy's perspective that he wants his first priority to be setting up on the outside since we need his shooting and have other guys who can attack. And that was kind of a follow-up to the question I had asked Tommy a couple of weeks ago about Anthony Delorso, and he basically said, look, he's got to shoot. He's the guy that we help stretch this offense. He's got to be able to shoot the basketball. But the last couple of games, we've actually seen him make some nice creative plays at the rim, make nice cuts to the rim, and be able to score at the bucket. And so I just asked Tommy today, I said, hey, I understand you want him to be this outside shooter, but if he's got opportunities to make plays at the rim, are you okay with that? And basically, I don't know if we have that by chance cut up yet, J-Dub. Do we have that by any chance?
Oh, yeah, it's all cut up. I'd have to go look for it. It's
Okay.
all DK with TL at this point.
Okay. But, yeah, basically he just said, I'm fine with him attacking the rim and going to the basket as long as his outside game is coming off of that. And that's not his first choice of things to do in this offense, is essentially what Tommy Lloyd said today.
There's two terms that are very cliche that we're talking about here, DK. One of them is take what the defense gives you, in which case, if he's getting crowded at the three-point line and he can get past his man, putting pressure at the rim is always a good thing. The other one is keep the defense honest. And the problem with this Arizona Wildcat basketball team, as people should know by now, is It's the worst three-point shooting team by percentage in U of A history, and the
Right.
three-point line came in 1987. So what we're talking about is if you've got guys like KJ and Caleb Love and Jade Bradley, and, their primary goal is to get 2 feet in the paint and put pressure on the rim or find teammates after drives and kicks. If Anthony Del Orso is not taking shots within the flow of the offense, catch and shoot shots, then who's going to? And if you don't, then the defense can collapse into the paint, and it really clogs up those driving lanes. So you have to have people within the flow of the offense take those open looks to keep the defense honest. You also want Del Orso taking what the defense gives you and getting by his man on occasion. I think Tommy's biggest point was he doesn't need Del Orso to be primarily a facilitator because he's the best catch and shoot three-point shooter on the team. And it's better if the other guys who are great facilitators are able to draw extra defensive attention and find Del Orso for an open shot. That way, the defense has to stay out of that lane and there's more space.
Yeah, it's very interesting, just the whole dynamic of that and how it works. But he did say that he's very happy with what he's gotten out of Anthony Del Orso the last 2 games, and that would be the Baylor game and the Houston game. So we'll let you hear that coming up a little bit later, or tomorrow, DK on the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. DK with TL, the questions that I pose weekly.
Yeah, I mean,
to
I
the
have
coach.
it right now, but I don't want to spoil it for all the people.
Hey, we can never spoil this fan base too much.
True,
We can never
that's
spoil
true.
this fan base. All right, let's right now give you our BetMGM Network top play of the day. And our BetMGM top play is brought to you locally by Oral Ford at 3950 West Highway 77 in Oracle.
Hola, amigos! Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Wisconsin Badgers are red hot, and it couldn't be at a more perfect time. The Badgers have won 5 straight and beat the Boilers in West Lafayette by double digits this past weekend. It's time to buy in. Wisconsin to make the Final Four is my bet. Hashtag Team Pueblos. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Flowers, chocolate, more flowers, more chocolate.
Searching for the perfect Valentine's gift? Oro Ford's got you covered. Save 10 grand off MSRP on new 2024 F-150s and new 2024 Super Duty trucks. Or get an incredible 12 grand off MSRP and new 2020 Ford Expeditions. Take the easy drive from anywhere in Tucson for the sweetest deals all February long. Only at Oro Ford and oroford.com, where you'll always get 2% tax savings and no dealer add-ons.
Restrictions may apply. Not everyone will qualify. See Oro Ford for details.
All right, so Brad Evans likes Wisconsin to the Final Four. That's a pretty good bet right now if you wanted to take that at plus 800. So that's essentially 80-1 right now. Their odds to make the Final Four. Obviously, we saw them early in the season up in Madison, and they handed the Wildcats their first loss of the season. Wisconsin right now is 11-4 in the Big Ten. They're 21-5 overall, 11-4. They've won 5 games in a row. They're in 3rd place right now, a half game ahead of Purdue, who they just beat, and Maryland, who absolutely destroyed USC, I think, last night or the night before. And they are 1 game behind Michigan State and a game and a half behind the Michigan Wolverines right now. So Wisconsin at plus 800. Your $12.90 bet on that right now, if you took that, would win you $103.20 if Wisconsin makes the Final Four. Here's what we got right now. Let me just give you these real quick. The top bets right now in terms of Final Four. Auburn at minus 167, Duke at minus 124. Those are the only ones, so they're on the minus side. Those are the only teams on the minus side, which means they're most people believe that those will be at least 2 of the 4. Houston at 150, Florida at plus 160. These are all now plus. Alabama at plus 180. Arizona right now is plus 700, so that's a good play if you want to try to make some money. And then you've got Wisconsin at plus 800 right now.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Wisconsin, the biggest thing is how are you playing when the tournament rolls around? And as far as their Big Ten schedule, they really start off slow. I think they were 1-3 to start the Big 10, but they've won 13 out of the last 15, DK, including wins over number 7 Purdue. They obviously beat, some of the better teams. Rutgers is hit or miss, but they handled those guys pretty easy. 13 out of the last 15 games total, so they're definitely playing well right now, and that's what really matters. None of these games recently have been close. They've won almost all these games by double figures outside of the game at Northwestern, which they won by 6. So, yeah, Wisconsin's playing great ball right now.
I don't know if you heard the couple of days, or it might have been last week, Ryan Horvat, who usually is on, we hear him in the mornings, he likes St. John's in the Final Four. They were plus 500. Now they're up to plus 700. That's Rick Pitino's squad. What do you think about the potential for St. John's back in the Final Four?
Again, I think it's the same story we talk about a long time, is how tested will they be?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, they've played Marquette and UConn. Those are 2 good teams in their league. But outside, there aren't a ton of great teams. So they've got, coming up, they've got UConn. That's still always going to be a tough out. Butler, Seton Hall, and Marquette. I like the way they're playing. I mean, how could you not? I think they've won something like 14 out of 15. So a very hot St. John's team right now. And Pitino's style is always really hot when they're playing well, right? That style of get in the pressure lanes, get turnover teams, and get easy, quick change offense, and then shoot a lot of threes. That's been Rick Pitino's style since the early 90s. Just ask Knick fans. So, yeah, I mean, I really like their team makeup. I like the style that he plays, and you can't argue with wins at home versus Marquette and at UConn in the last 2 weeks. So they're playing really good. They also just beat Creighton. So good team. They're playing really well right now, just like Wisconsin, playing really good ball when it counts.
All right, we had 1 win and 1 loss last night. We lost on that Clippers game. Clippers-Bucks, the play on that was to take the over at 228, 116 to 110. Milwaukee wins 226.
Bad beat.
So, yeah, that came in. Oh, but you want to talk about a bad beat. Was it it was one of the Big 12 games the other night. Was it TCU or West Virginia? Somebody was down 9 and hit like 2 threes in the final 10 seconds.
What happened was they hit a 3, got a steal and hit another 3. This was 8. Okay, so there's 8 seconds left in the game. I think they had a 10-point, 12-point lead.
Right.
Hit a 3, got a steal, hit another 3. So that's 6 points in 2 seconds. And then they got another steal and a chance at another 3. So it could have been a 9-point swing in the last 8 seconds of that game.
And it was West Virginia minus 3.5, I think it was. They were up 9, and they ended up only winning by 3.
Yeah.
Because of that shenanigans in the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, 8
of
seconds
the game.
left. It was the first 3 of the 2 that he made. So 8 seconds left, 5 seconds left, and then they just missed a 3 at the end.
We did get a win last night on that SEMO game. Southeast Missouri State minus 10.5 over Western Illinois. They beat the Leathernecks, one of my favorite nicknames, the Leathernecks, by 21, 87 to 67 for Southeast Missouri State. So we did take home $11.35 on that, but we lost $12.90 on the Clippers and the Bucks. So we are now still down $62 and 55 cents.
I didn't know there were sea turtles in that part of the country.
Leathernecks.
Oh, leathernecks. I thought you said leatherbacks.
Leathernecks. No,
okay.
leathernecks.
Okay.
I don't even, is that a snake? Leatherneck, maybe?
I'd have to look it up. I'm assuming.
Yeah, something like that. All right, cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s. I think we're going to get the clown first. Maybe when we come back. We'll see. DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Sponsored by AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson. With collisions reported Catalina Highway at milepost 9. Crash Congress and I-10, that wreck reported on Congress at I-10. And weekday closures, the 6th Avenue underpass closes weekdays between Toole Avenue and 7th Street from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Lows tonight near 43, 75, sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, 76 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. It's Mattress Firm's President's Day sale. Get matched to your perfect bed now and sleep at night. Plus, if you see a lower price, they'll match it. Hurry and stop by Mattress Firm to upgrade today. Restrictions apply.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
You're listening to the Jim Rome Show.
I did the show a couple of weeks. I'm not gonna like it. Nobody likes this show the first time they heard it. My wife hated the show. I married her. Give it 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks you can honestly say, you know what, Rome, I did it. I listened to every day for 2 weeks, and the truth is, I hate you more now than I did the first day. Then I'm gonna be man enough to say to you, you know what, you probably aren't that smart. You need 2 more weeks.
We love Jim Rome every Monday through Friday on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14
1290 520-848-1290 is the number to get in and out on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. The rodeo has concluded for the day. It's a pretty fast event. Actually, it started right around 2 o'clock. Usually lasts about 2.5 hours. I think it got done. Been done probably for about 15 minutes now, so it got done right around 4:30 today. Folks are still milling around here, though, on the rodeo grounds. The line is long still to get your hat cleaned. Got to keep fashionable with those Stetsons. And we're looking forward to chatting with a few more members of the rodeo community out here. We are with you until 6 o'clock. So hop on board. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program, and we can chat rodeo if you've ever been out to this event, if you've ever competed in rodeo at this event. I would love to hear from you on your chance to do that and what it was like. Last night, the Phoenix Suns did not win in San Antonio. They lost to the San Antonio Spurs despite the fact that the Spurs did not have Victor Wembanyama, who is out for the season due to his ailment, I should say, deep vein thrombosis, as they say, in his shoulder. So not a good start to the post-All-Star break for the Phoenix Suns to go down. They have to play 4 games on the road to start this post-All-Star break part of the season, and they go down and lose to a shorthanded San Antonio Spurs team, J-Dub. Not exactly what you were hoping for from them to start things off.
Yeah, they had twice as many turnovers as the Spurs, and that's not a good place to start. D-Book 4 for 14 on the day. There was a bit of extracurriculars. Did you see that?
Yeah, between Chris Paul and Kevin Durant.
Yep. I didn't have a microphone, so I didn't hear exactly what was said, but it wasn't niceties, DK. they were not happy with each other. I will tell you, I mean, Suns fans don't want to hear this, but Stephen Castle, he was a guy who was in the dunk contest recently. That guy's going to be really good. So despite the fact that Wembanyama's not there, they did just trade for De'Aaron Fox. He's obviously, if people don't know, De'Aaron Fox is a 25-10 guy. I mean, this season he's averaging 25 points and 6 assists and 5 rebounds a game, averaging. So that's who the Spurs picked up from the Kings. Going to pair him up with Wemby long-term, hopefully health aside if Wemby get well soon. But, yeah, I mean, you can't turn the ball over. That's been a bit of a bugaboo for the Suns going back to last season. They're just not super connected right now, DK. It's a problem. There's so many rumors at the trade deadline that this team might be blown up in parts, and here they all together. And how do you come back a month later after a lot of the guys, the main names on the team? And we talked about Bradley Beal potentially being moved. Kevin Durant was even in talks about that. And now they got to come back together and find a way to turn this 26-29 record into a playoff berth at some point, because they're definitely in win now mode.
That game was played in Austin, Texas last night. First chance for Kevin Durant to return to play in Austin since he played for the Texas Longhorns for that one season that he was in college. I was watching some of the highlights from that season, and man,
he might have been the best freshman I've ever seen. Like, I've seen basketball going back to the early 80s. Freshmen don't usually come in as 25-10 guys. And Kevin Durant was everything, that you ever heard he could be. And that 1 year of Texas, he was undoubtedly the best player in the country.
In terms of the Suns last night, you mentioned De'Aaron Fox, and he lived up to what you just said. 26 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yeah.
For him. Chris Paul, 13 points, 10 assists for the Spurs as well. 120-109 was the final. So the Suns now are 3 games under 500, and they are just a game ahead of the Spurs in that battle for a play-in position. And we talked to Kai like yesterday about what's next for the Spurs. Do they, do they try to win this out? Do they start playing young guys and maybe try to drop back and get another piece to put next to to Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. It's going to be interesting to see how they play that out the rest of the season. But, yeah, the Suns have a lot of questions to answer. Kevin Durant did score 22 points in the game last night, 27 for Royce O'Neal, Devin Booker 17, but they lose again. And they'll play 3 more games on this road trip before they come back home to continue the second half of the season.
Also, Mr. Chris Paul moved into second place all-time in steals last night as well.
Oh, nice. Very
Past,
nice.
A certain guy who coaches for the Dallas Mavericks.
Jason Kidd.
Was formerly second.
Yeah. Baseball started today. Spring training games. The Diamondbacks, I think, got their butts kicked. They were losing, last I looked, 12-6 to the Rockies, but good to see baseball again back being played. The Wildcats are home tonight and this weekend. They have a game coming up at 7 o'clock against San Diego. They'll take on the Toreros all weekend long. Games tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday's game will be at 2 and then Sunday at noon as they look to try to string some wins together after starting the season with 3 straight losses last weekend down in Arlington, Texas.
You know how I know that? Because I got a text an hour ago from one Brody Dryden who said he's going to be in town doing the stream and wanted to know if I wanted to go out and get some beers later.
Oh, there you go. There you go. He will be on ESPN Plus this weekend.
Yep, correct.
Outstanding. Looking forward to hearing Brody on those games. We've heard Jeff Bowe on some of the both baseball and softball games, who works inside of the athletics department as the SID for football. Jeff's got some baseball play-by-play background as well. So good to hear a lot of these younger guys getting opportunities to call games. That's the one, I guess, again, we may not necessarily be able to see fans. I know some fans have complained about not being able to see a lot of the ESPN Plus stuff, but from at least the broadcast side of it, it is allowing a lot of opportunities for some of the young broadcasters throughout our community to get a chance to get some reps and call some games, and that's always a positive thing, and you would not have had that necessarily with the Pac-12 network when a lot of those broadcasters would come in from other places and were not necessarily all that local to the Arizona programs. But great to see those young guys getting chances alongside guys like Darren Sutton, who've been around a long time and have a lot of experience to offer. And Darren's I think he's called women's games, men's games. He was on gymnastics last week as well. He's a Swiss Army knife. Darren Sutton can call a lot of different sports and a lot of different sports well, for sure. All right, don't forget that we will be with you tomorrow at 4:30 in the afternoon for Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day as we get you set for the Wildcats and the BYU Cougars. The rematch, an 11-point win for Arizona on the road earlier this month on February the 4th up in Provo. But the Cougars are coming in here off a fantastic win over Kansas. In fact, I don't think we got to that yesterday. The remarks from Bill Self about that game that they lost 91 to 57, I believe was the final score.
Yeah, from 2 days ago.
Yeah, can we do we have that available?
Yeah, let me go see if I can grab it.
Yeah, let's hear from Bill Self, because I don't think he was as upset as we've heard other coaches who get blown out in those situations. But you could tell he's not real happy with his team and the way they're playing right now. They've lost a number of games. They've fallen out of contention for a chance to win the Big 12 title, which is very rare for Kansas. It seems like they are always in the mix.
Didn't they win like 30 in a row?
Something like that. I mean, yeah, something like that until like last year, wasn't it? I think last year was the first year in a while they didn't win it.
Houston, came in and won it. But, Kansas won. I mean, Kansas was, I think, I'm exaggerating, but I think it was 18 or 19 in a row. They won so many consecutive conference titles. DK, this Bill Self thing's a little too long. It's about 5 or 6 minutes, so we'll have to wait until probably next hour.
All right, we'll do that. We'll get our break in here. We'll come back. We anticipate we'll get a chance. The rodeo's wrapped up to hear from a few of the other folks in our final hour of the show. Before we get out of here, DK on the sports tip. The sun is now starting to dip down if you're watching on one of our mini streams, we're going to be really lit up now as we start to get a little bit of sun on our faces here. And the line to get your hats cleaned is really long now. I mean, that's a business right there. That
Look
is an
good,
absolute
feel good,
business.
ride good, DK. Come
I
on.
guess. I guess for sure. Even the young folks are going in there and getting their lids done. So I should probably take Pork Chop's lid over there and get his done since he.
That would be nice of me.
Yeah, that would be nice of me. Maybe I'll see if I can get one of the girls to take it over there and get it done. DK on the Sports Tip. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Westbound I-10 east of the town of Benson. Big closure in effect due to a collision. Westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 closed at milepost 326. Also a crash reported Congress at I-10. Our overnight lows near 43, 75, sunny tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and a 74 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Arizona Lottery.
When you play the Arizona Lottery, there's always a chance you'll win big, but there's also a guarantee that you'll be giving back to the community. There's joy in it all. Love the play with scratchers, draw games, and more from the Arizona Lottery.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
If you're listening to sports,
if you're looking for an edge rusher, looking for a run stuffer, you're looking for a big-time player in the middle of your defense, you're in luck.
Mixed with pop culture, sprinkled with celebrity interviews.
You hated the title Everybody Loves Raymond. That's true. Is it appropriate for you to tell people to hurry it up?
It's appropriate on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Bill Burr is here.
I want to know who you defeated to get that title as best dad ever.
I'm the Gonzaga of dads.
And you're enjoying the Rich Eisen Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Don't miss out on any of the action as the University of Arizona takes on the Big 12 Conference.
Going for Lewis, and KJ slams it home for 2. Timeout.
You're listening to the flagship home of Arizona Wildcats athletics. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilders.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Great. Thanks, William. Good meeting.
What about me? Who said that? Me.
Gary, I can hear you, but...
Where are you? Guys, I'm right here. You can't see me because I'm being transparent.
You're being transparent?
Yep, and we should do it company-wide, starting with how much it costs to get a Grizzly from Alaskan AC. This is freaking me out. Other places don't put payments on their websites. Know why?
Too much trouble?
Embarrassed?
They want to get in your house and twist your arm?
Could be any of those. Could be none of them. But like polar bear fur, we're transparent.
So people can go to AlaskanAC.com and get an instant payment?
You got it. Now you're being transparent.
Hey, I'm fading away.
I like it. Nothing hidden. Just an honest instant payment on their new Grizzly from AlaskanAC.com. Oh, now I'm becoming transparent. Doesn't it feel good? We're all transparent. And good thing, that shirt Ron was wearing was ugly.
I'm still here. Get a transparent payment on a new Grizzly at AlaskanAC.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Our beautiful Arizona winter weather brings cooler overnight temperatures, which means some of you are now seeing your vehicle's low-pressure warning light. Colder overnight temperatures can lower your tire's pressure just enough to trigger a warning light. But don't worry, many times the solution is simply adding the correct amount of air to your tires. Then get back to enjoying the fantastic winter weather. If adding the air doesn't do the trick, stop by any of our 14-area Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care locations for a free tire inspection and air pressure check. And if you need help with the low-pressure warning light, we fix those too. Mention this radio offer for free installation with the purchase of any new tire pressure sensor. We'll install it in your wheel and rebalance your tires absolutely free. You'll find even more specials to get your car road trip ready at jackfurriers.com. So call ahead, make an appointment online, or just drop by. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
Please donate now to help people affected by the 2025 California wildfires.
Go to redcross.org to help.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station, your home for the National Football League, starting with the Hall of Fame game through the regular season into the playoffs and ending in the Super Bowl. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Coming to you from the 100th anniversary of La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. I'm David Kelly. It is DK on the sports tip. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. 520-848-1290. The sun is starting to set here. It is starting to get in my face here. DW checks in. He says the game tonight, baseball game tonight, is at 6 o'clock. I think I said 7 o'clock. So thank you, DW, for shooting that over to us and getting me corrected on that. 6 o'clock tonight for the Arizona baseball team taking on San Diego, the Toreros, over at High Corbett Field. It'll be an absolutely beautiful night for baseball with a great sunset, one of the best sunsets you're going to find here in southern Arizona. Folks are still milling around the rodeo grounds. You've got 2 more days to get out here and enjoy this fabulous event. Tomorrow and Sunday will be the final days of events out here at the La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, the Tucson Rodeo. We don't have any of the results yet from today's action. But I can tell you a little bit about what happened yesterday out here for the 100th edition. Miles Carlson of Evanston, Wyoming, had the top score in the bareback riding. He had a score of 88 points. Statler Wright, who is from Beaver, Utah, moved straight into first place in the saddle bronc. We had talked with a couple of the saddle broncs earlier. And Statler Wright had a score of 86. In tie-down roping, Britt Betke of Oakley, Idaho, earned an aggregate time of 22.3 on 2 runs to join the top 12. Paige Jones of Wayne, Oklahoma, was top 12 in women's barrel racing. She had a time of 17.84, and in bull riding, Kai Hamilton of Australia was at the top of the leaderboard with 85.5 points. Action is wrapped up for today, and of course action tomorrow and Sunday out here at the Tucson Rodeo. We're going to talk to a few more of the ladies that are participating in this event this weekend out here. What's your name, young lady?
Hi,
Hi, I'm Bridget Callahan.
Bridget
I'm
Callahan?
Callie
I think I might have
Cerise.
just said your name on here did I say your, no, I did not. Okay. I'm sorry, your name, young lady?
Callie Cerise.
Okay, you ladies are looking very identical here.
Really? We look like sisters or something.
Tell me a little bit about what you guys have going on out here at the rodeo.
You want to go first or you want me to? You go. Okay, so we carry the military flags for the opening.
Okay.
We are a group of about 20 ladies that come from all over the state of Arizona. We get together in the beginning of October. And we start practicing, getting our horses used to the flag so that when it comes rodeo time, we are ready and our horses are prepared. We do the opening and we carry the opening events for all of the flags, and we
carry the sponsors.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun.
It is.
Coming out here, friends, family, and just the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone, they act like you're special. And that's the best part about it. And it's so much fun.
You got two hats going on here now. Two hats. She's like, I can't navigate this headset and a hat.
Oh, we have little kids come up all the time, and they want to pet all of our horses.
Yes, it's
right?
a good
It's
time.
so fun. I had a little girl make me a bracelet yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was like, I made you this bracelet. I want to give it to you. And I was like, awesome.
Now,
It was so
where are
sweet.
you ladies from?
I'm from Marana, Arizona.
Marana, okay.
I'm from Marana as well.
Okay, so both of you ladies are from Marana. Grew up here, coming to the rodeo every year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, and how long have you been involved in this organization?
Well, my aunt is the coach of the flag team, and
Okay.
then my other aunt is the American flag girl that holds the American flag. So I got involved.
So this is
years
your
ago.
aunt behind you there?
Yes,
Okay.
Mandy Dunham.
All right, Mandy. Yep. Welcome. Well, we'll get a mic on Mandy. I'm not sure which one she is there. Go ahead, Mandy. A little bit louder there. One more time.
right,
There we go.
yeah.
Now we can hear you, Mandy. So, Mandy, tell us a little bit about your role with the flag bearers here.
Well, we'll start with a little history. I'm actually the 1999 Tucson Rodeo Queen.
Is that right?
I have been around this rodeo for 26 years.
Now, 1999?
1999.
You were the last rodeo queen of the 20th century?
Yep, that
wow.
was me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I go way back with this. Yeah.
What was that experience like for you?
It was fabulous. It was so much fun. I went through a pageant, and we did horsemanship and speech and modeling, and it was a whole day process.
Oh, wow.
Started at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we probably did coordination at like 8 o'clock at night. It was a long day. But it was so much fun, and, life experience for sure to lead me through, and I just kept with it. We rodeo when we can, and we run barrels and team rope, and I come back to the Tucson Rodeo every year
There you go.
to carry the American flag. Past roles that I've had, I was Miss Coors, so I carried the Coors flag every day.
Okay.
And then I was Miss Fizzy, which was Dr. Pepper.
Miss Fizzy.
Yeah, Miss Fizzy. Yeah, Dr. Pepper was our winner circle sponsor for a few years, so
Okay.
I got to hand a $100 bill to our winners. So that was a cool experience too.
There you go.
Yeah. And then in 2016, Gary Williams, rest his soul, he called me up and said, Mandy, with the drill team that had been here for years, they're retiring and I need your help. And I said, oh my gosh, I am not a drill girl. And I go, well, what do you need? He goes, I need 10 girls that can ride a horse and carry a flag. And what do? I call my family. And I said, and Terry Cerise here, she is my ride or die. And she was my first one. I said, Terry, this is what we got to do. She's like, let's get it. So.
All right, Terry.
Is the truth.
Now, Terry,
Yes.
how far do you and Mandy go back?
Well, Mandy is my cousin,
Okay.
and I'm a couple years older than her. So, but we roped together when we were kids. We did a lot of competitions, and she was always my partner. So, not only is she my cousin, but she is my best friend also. And, I kind of looked at her like, I don't really know if I want to be like a queen or anything. And she goes, girl, it's just going to be like everybody that really rides and ropes and competes in the rodeos that I'm going to bring in, because we're going to do, I have a plan, she says. And she said, and we're going to do the saluting of like the military branches, because that's what we're about. And I would really feel honored if you came in with me because we have been so close. So she said, let's put together a team. And so I said, okie dokie. And here we are today. I've been the Jack Daniels girl here for, this will be the 12th year, I think, representing Jack Daniels and doing all the military troops. And I'm just super blessed to be a part of it. She's a great boss leader, even though she's younger than me.
All right, so young lady, what are you learning from these veteran trainers here?
The OGs.
You definitely learn a lot of patience with your horse.
Okay.
Because they don't always behave well, and
Absolutely.
we got a lot of problems, and you want to get upset with them, and it's like this is their first time seeing it all too. Some of them. And you just learn a lot of patience with it. And you learn how to properly handle yourself in a bunch of crowds, especially with Mandy. I mean, she's unbelievable with everybody that we we watch. And yeah.
So how does it work now? One hand on the saddle, one hand on the flag?
Your right hand carries the flag, and your other hand is hanging on for dear life.
Oh, God.
That's the truth.
And how often do you guys practice to get ready for events like this?
We don't really practice very often just because we're always together all the time. But we usually start a couple months before.
We usually start about in September. We kind of get a list of who wants to come back and who wants to do this, and then we get our schedules out and we practice once a month, depending on life circumstances. But yeah, so we practice about once a month for 4 or 5 months.
Wow.
And then about 2 weeks before rodeo, we practice 2 or 3 times in this big arena here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so if young ladies want to find you and get involved in this, how do they do that?
Mandy?
Oh, thanks, Bridget. No, they can find me on Facebook. It's Mandy Rao /Dunham. They could reach out to Callie and Terry and all of our other girls. Callie Serace is big on TikTok and Instagram. she's our star of the social media.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so you guys, every day of the event, you guys are out here?
Yep, every day.
Okay.
Yep.
At the beginning of every day of competition.
2 o'clock sharp.
Now, do you have the same flag every day, or is it a different flag?
We have this. We all carry the same flag. We're assigned a flag.
Okay.
To carry every day of the rodeo.
And your flag again was?
I am the Air Force in the opening, and then
okay.
I carry the Coca-Cola flag for sponsors.
Okay. Also, it's different. So there's a sponsors segment, and then there's a military segment as well, or just how does that work?
Yes, and I think that this year is really exciting because it is the 100th year for the Tucson Rodeo La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, and so we kind of had to really shuffle to put our team together last minute because they dropped like a lot of
flags
sponsor
on you?
flags on us. Yes, we had an extra 14 flags this year.
Wow.
So to try and pull that off and bring that together, I'm just really glad we had horses to mount everybody and bring them in. And my youngest daughter, Riley Serace, is here with us, and she just got in from Texas. She drove 16 hours to get here Wednesday night for the performance on Thursday for our new sponsor that we just got thrown in on Fries.
All right. Anybody carrying 2 flags and no hands on the horse?
That has happened a couple times. Well, you're
there are some times where. So my mom is our main coach, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And she has a rule that if you lose your hat in the arena, you owe her a case of Dr. Pepper. Yeah. So there's a lot of us that will drop our reins and our flag in our elbow and crank down our hats so we don't lose them.
Don't want to lose the hat.
Yeah, we got to hairspray our hat on before we go in. We have 10 bobby pins in our hat, so by the end of the rodeo, our heads are bruised.
Oh yeah, but it's a good time.
It
and
is.
If you ever get a photographer that catches one of those shots where you have somebody that is no-handed with their hand on their hat and their hand on their flag, it's pretty cool shot to catch.
All right, so Bridget, is there a flag that you eventually want to carry, you're dying to carry at some point?
I was wanting to carry the Air Force for the longest time. I come from an Air Force family, so it meant a lot to carry the Air Force to represent my papa that had recently passed and my brother who's out serving our country right now. So just being able to carry that with my horse that I have right now, it really is very heartwarming and heartfelt that I am able to carry it and have the support that I do to be able to carry it.
Awesome. And we'll see these ladies out here. What the name of the group again is?
Tucson Rodeo Flag Team.
Tucson Rodeo Flag Team. They'll be out here Saturday and Sunday for the final two events of the weekend. Ladies, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Stay on those horses, keep those hats on, and those flags waving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Come see us tomorrow and Sunday at 2 o'clock sharp.
There we go. Tucson flag carriers of this event. Just great to see them out here and doing their thing. All right, we're going to get Cricket will take us home.
DK,
go ahead.
Speaking of this weekend, would you like to know what's going on this weekend?
Yes. Oh, that's right. We've got Cricket there, and she's going to tell us everything that's happening here in Southern Arizona this weekend.
Indeed, it's the Tucson Together Market tomorrow, 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. right across from Hotel Congress. They're going to have food trucks, 100 vendors on site, also a donation drive for Youth on Their Own. If you want to donate, Youth on Their Own could use mac and cheese, ramen, cereal, peanut butter, shaving cream, and lotion. The Game Show. It's an improv game show tomorrow night at 7:30 at the Tucson Improv Movement on 9th Street. The Foothills Community Market, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Foothills Mall. And for next week, just want to give you a heads up, Wednesday and Thursday, 26th and 27th, the band Styx live in concert at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix.
All right. Appreciate that, Cricket. A great weekend to you, and we will talk to you again on Monday.
All right,
thanks, Cricket.
And Cricket's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
And from the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collision occurred on eastbound I-10 approaching Irvington, Palo Verde, and expect backups on eastbound I-10 between 6th Avenue and Irvington, Palo Verde. Also, that closure westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 at milepost 326 is closed, and there is a lot of slowdowns, a lot of extra traffic near Irvington and 6th Avenue, and expect that through Sunday due to the Tucson Rodeo. And I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast. Freshen up your morning with a Wendy's Breakfast, like a breakfast Baconator or a grilled sausage breakfast burrito. Or
KCUB-AM.com/in-the-know.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, we're back out here at the Tucson Rodeo, La Fiesta de los Vaqueros, wrapping up our coverage here on this beautiful Friday afternoon. We've got a couple more ladies from the Tucson Rodeo flag team that are joining us. We've got Riley Soares.
Yes, sir.
And Shelby Schmidt.
Yes.
Outstanding. Say something again for me, Shelby.
Hello.
Okay, you're good. I'm going to just put that a little bit closer so the people can hear you. What school are you ladies from?
I went to Marana High School.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody's from Marana High School.
Yeah.
Is there any other ladies on this team that didn't go to Marana High School?
Maybe a couple, but mainly we're all family, so we're pretty much all in the same area.
So it is kind of a family business, this whole thing with the young ladies that we were talking with before. And so how did you all get involved? I mean, did they just kind of how long, I guess, has this been going on in the family, I guess is a better way to say it?
It's been going on for quite a while. They called me because I'm Terry Soares' daughter, and we're all related to Mandy and Connie, who run it all. So they just were like, hey, we need more girls, so we kind of just did it. Yeah.
Okay, so how many years is this for you, Riley?
Actually, I did it in the very beginning, and then I left off to college for 4 years. So then I was vacant for 4 years. But I actually just came back into Texas from Texas on Wednesday, and then they threw me in the flag team on Thursday.
Oh, wow. So you're back without a whole lot of preparation and practice.
Yeah, they got a new flag, so I'm carrying the Fry's flags right now.
The Fry's food stores?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yes.
And how about you, Shelby? How long have you been involved?
This is my 3rd year, and I first started because my Aunt Terry had actually owned the horse that I own now.
Okay.
And they really wanted to bring him back, but since he's, in my care now, I was like, you know what, I want to come with. I want to be a package deal where he goes, I go, and he's the real trooper. So, yeah, this is my 3rd year, but we're still kicking it.
All right, tell me about your horse.
His name is R2D2.
Nice.
He's my main gun, and he's a gelding palomino, and he's just the best thing that's ever happened to me, and he just tries so hard every day for me. So
wow.
She runs barrels on him.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. How about you, Riley? You have a horse of your own?
I do. It's currently in Texas still, so I got to still go get her. I'm actually currently riding my mom's horse right now for flags, yeah.
So now, is that where you're in school down in Texas? Or?
Yes, I was in school over there for a while, but I just finished, so I'll be coming back.
Oh, well, congratulations. What did you study down there, and what's next?
I went to cosmetology school, so I'm currently a hairstylist.
All right, outstanding. So you do all the girls' hairs before they get ready to go? Is that kind of how it works? Outstanding. And then just what is your message to young ladies that might want to do this at some point?
I will say it's very fun, and it's definitely like a team. Like we all love each other and support each other, and you really got to be there for one another. So I definitely think it's something you should do because it's great.
All right, same outfits every day or different outfits every day?
Different outfits every day.
Okay, so who coordinates the outfits? Is that Mandy?
That would be Mandy and Connie, yes. Yeah.
So what are we going to be wearing tomorrow? What do we got?
I actually am not sure what color we're wearing tomorrow. Do you know?
I don't really
Different
know.
colored hats too, or
no black always.
Black hats all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Just different colors, shirts and jeans every day.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, ladies, we appreciate you taking a few minutes to join us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
We really enjoyed it.
Riley and Shelby from the Tucson Rodeo flag team for joining us. All right, I've been pumping up the clown. I think he is finally here. We finally have the clown. JJ Harrison. He was supposed to be here last year with us, and we didn't get a chance to get him. So we do have him, though, this year. So looking forward to a chance to talk to JJ Harrison here as soon as we get done with a few pictures here. All right. Awesome. We'll let JJ hop in here real quick. He's got his face all made up. He's got all kinds of and we've also got the rodeo announcer, Will Rasmussen, who we had on last year, joining us as
Yeah,
well. Will, you brought a clown with you this time.
I did. He's one of the best in the world, my friend, and always fun to work with him too. JJ Harrison.
Well, I'm glad, because I wasn't sure if JJ was good. I was like, I don't know if the clown talks or not. I was hoping they would send me somebody that was not going to pantomime on me.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I'll talk too much. No.
So JJ, tell me a little bit about your career as a clown in the rodeo.
You know, I started as a contestant, and then I rolled into teaching school. I was a school teacher for a while, and I just started kind of this as a summer gig. You know, I was just going to do it a couple times in the summer, and then it got to where I was getting phone calls enough to make it a career, and I've never looked back, and I enjoy what I do. You know, every rodeo is different and special in their own ways, but a lot of what makes Tucson special is it's my team. You know, I enjoy getting to have Will. I enjoy getting to have the bullfighting team. The crew that's here is phenomenal, and they've done that. It's not by accident. When you've done a rodeo for 100 years, you know what the quality is, and they go out and they find it, and that's how they got the best of the best to put this rodeo on and to make this rodeo feel special for every single fan that's here. It's a unique experience for each person individually, but I tell you, it really is hitting a home run, especially this year. Sam Merriman has done a fantastic job. The entire committee that works tirelessly. You know, Will and I get the joy of showing up, and we get to do this for the weekend here. They're here all year long preparing for this weekend. So,
yeah, what JJ said. It's a tremendous bunch. You know, it takes a village, right? It takes a village to put a rodeo. This is a huge rodeo.
Yeah.
I mean, they get 10, 11,000 people a day out here. The best rodeo contestants in the world. It's just but it is special to JJ and I, even though we do this every week of our lives, or almost.
Yep.
You know, what a special time out here at Tucson every year, not just the 100th. Although this is a big deal, man. This weather is we're from up north, and
right,
we were begging. We just had a post-production meeting, and we were begging them to keep us here for another couple weeks.
Yeah, leave us here. We'll stay.
Right.
Stay.
So how do you learn to be a clown?
You know, there's not really.
You said you competed, so you probably watched those guys work during the time you were a competitor.
Being a competitor gives you timing. So much of my job is just timing, and anybody, you can get a stand-up comedian, but if you put a stand-up comedian in rodeo, they're going to epically fail because they don't have the timing, and I don't have the ability to set a stage and wait for that pause to make my joke funny. I have to be able to do something right now, real quick, get it out, get it back done, because then we got to go back to what's happening. I'm not the show. I'm like salt. A little bit of me and I make it better. Too much of me, you got to throw it away. So you gotta understand. You need those little moments, and you got to capture them. And you know, a lot of it is just trying to get in and then get back out. And so much of it is who you work with. It's a learning curve. You know, how I work with Will is different than some of the other announcers that I work with, because
now how is that? How is that, Will? How's that different?
Oh, I think I'm clown friendly, and I love and respect this guy. So I do want him to have his moment, and he and I have worked together so much that we kind of know. He knows the pauses that I'll take. You know, and get in there, and you know, he watches the timing thing. You know, you got to watch what's going on in the shoot or at the timed event, and to really gauge how long you have, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, and so.
And it's hard because it's unpredictable. There's so much of it is unpredictable, but the obvious times are when we have a hang-up. Anytime you have an event where you count on small children or animals, they make a fool out of you. So you got to have the guy that when we're hung up and Will has gone through his reads and he's done what he has to do as the announcer, I'm a viable outlet for him to go, how you feeling, Jay? What are you doing, Jay?
Yeah.
And that is my ticket to go, I need to take it for a bit. And then you just captivate the audience. You hold the audience's attention until he sees we're ready to go back down to it.
Right.
And then he just rolls right, he'll come right over me or he'll come right through me just to get the where it needs to be. And so much of that with us is that we've done it so long, I have no qualms about him cutting me off because that's what he needs to be doing.
Yeah.
And neither one of us want to drag something out. We want the flow of the show to keep going. And my job is to fill until we're ready for him to carry the action on. And part of it is you have to understand as the rodeo clown, as the entertainer, you're not the captain of the ship. Will is the captain of the ship. And when the captain gets it going, if we both got something to say, well, guess who trumps? He does. And that's part of what has set me apart, I think, is that I know when I got something really good and it's so fun and I want to force it in there, but the timing's not there.
Right.
You have to be able to let that moment go. And you can try to come back. You can try to pick it back up. But if you missed it, too bad.
Yeah.
Come up with the next one because it does not work. And I've watched lesser clowns and lesser announcers fail because they just fight over the mic time.
They can't let it go.
They can't let it go.
They can't let stuff go.
Yep.
Yeah,
you have to be able to do that.
We had the Frost brothers on a little bit earlier, Jasper and Jessica, and they were telling me that they drove all night from San Antonio. They competed in San Antonio last night, drove all night to compete here, and then when they got off the air with me, they're getting right back in the car to go back to San Antonio.
Yeah, contestants are crazy, man. They're crazy.
Couldn't live that life.
No, we show up. Yeah, we show. Tell them how our deal is.
Yeah, we go to one a week, and we're tired and old. Those, Jasek and Jasper, they're 20. They're under 22. So their biggest worry is looking over the steering wheel, getting to. But anyway, they're tough. Contestants have a hard life, man. Especially in the summer, every night is an all-night drive in the summer. This time of year, there's fewer rodeos, bigger money. So San Antonio, Tucson, they're the two majors going on right
now this weekend.
And guys are back and forth. San Antonio's been going on 20 days.
Wow.
And so. Yeah, but boy, the Cowboys love coming out here. They didn't want to go back to Texas. It's cold.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying.
That's right.
And it's outside here. He was Jessica was saying that it was inside rodeo there.
It's where the Spurs play.
Yeah.
When you hear on Sports Center
that
the San Antonio
Spurs
on the road. Are on their rodeo road trip, that's to make room for the San Antonio Stock Show and rodeo. So yeah. So anyway. Yeah.
All right. So, who do people want to keep an eye on the next 2 days out here?
Oh, well, we've got Dean Thompson will be coming back. He's a world champion bareback rider. He'll be back on Sunday. We just saw our friend in the tie-down roping, Michael Otero. And he's from Texas. He'll be in the tie-down roping. That Mark kid from Louisiana in the steer wrestling. It's just, I know, JJ said it. It's so unpredictable. You never know. But all I know is I love Championship Sunday at Tucson. I love Championship Sunday, and can't wait. And that's what we're building to, right? Since last Saturday. So can't wait.
Outstanding. Well,
it's gonna be good. This is a phenomenal community that supports this rodeo.
Right.
And I don't know if they get the accolades they deserve. We do this for a living. Every weekend we get to go somewhere different in the country. And Tucson gets behind their rodeo. Yeah. Everybody knew it was the 100. And they came out and we've sold out dang near, I think.
All of them.
I think every performance has reached the sellout mark just supporting this rodeo. And it's a way of this community's it's a way for the community to say thank you to the Sam Merrimans and Mark Bairds and Jose's and all of those guys that have just put everything they have into this rodeo, and it's fun for us.
They don't have paid positions.
No, we get a check. Believe it or not, they pay us. I know it sounds crazy, but
their only payback is seeing 4 sold out in a row, and I know the weekend sold out already. So we love it too. We love this, and when we have great friends here, and. Thanks for having us back.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sure.
How many pictures do you take with kids every day?
Dude, oh my gosh. I'm even just waiting to talk to you. We did 3. I'm not as photogenic as people think, but I let them get home and figure that part out.
Oh, you're
Same face every day, different face?
No, I'm the same, man, right down the middle.
Okay.
Same outfit, same look, and a lot of that is just I've got a master's degree in education, and I had a lot of business training, and I've really taken my job and I've made it a business. And you can tell by looking at me. I've got the same uniform every day, the same makeup pattern. We've got a merch line. So much of what I'm doing is I don't want to retire from rodeo and be broke. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this is I've had to turn this into a business. And one thing that Will doesn't talk about enough is his brother set a great mark. Flint Rasmussen was the guy that really kicked it off for a lot of guys like me that have an off-the-cuff, energetic, bouncing around style. And, he's very recognized in the community of rodeo.
Was a clown?
He is a phenomenal one. And
still is.
He retired.
He's retired now.
Yeah, but he did the job in a certain way that let a guy like me step and follow in his shoes, and it's an acceptable way to do it. I don't come out with a big pyro, whiz, bang, boom. My act is 7 minutes where I ride a donkey. I just don't do that kind of comedy. I'm a use Will's talents to help me be funny. Use the music, Austin Lopeman's talents to help me be funny. Work the crowd. It's an energy that you're bringing to the rodeo, and that's what I like to do. And so I think that it's a great job for me, and it's gonna be great to support my family. But I got to recognize the guys before me, and Flint's definitely the guy before me.
Outstanding. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all stopping by again.
Thanks for having us.
As well,
Thanks for letting us
2
come
more
back.
days. Absolutely. Every year we're going to be out here. We'd love to have you guys on talking about the rodeo and everything that this lifestyle is all about, for sure.
You bet, man. Thanks
Thank
again.
you so much. J.J. Harrison, Will Rasmussen, the clown and the voice of your Tucson Rodeo. Cricket, get us home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and
Appreciate
BMW
it.
of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather.
Hey!
Together.
All right.
On the eastbound side of I-10.
How are you all, ladies?
Passing Park Avenue. Slowdowns on westbound Ajo at Mission Road. Slowing on Irvington at 6th Avenue and a closure westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of
What's
the
your name, young lady?
Westbound I-10
Bliss.
closed at milepost
Bliss,
326.
B-L-I-S-S?
Lows near
How do you spell your last
43,
name?
Sunny, 75 tomorrow, 79 on Sunday, and it's 73
You.
now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows that with job site delivery as soon as same day, you can get what you need without losing valuable time.
B-U-R-E?
They help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Only terms apply. See lowes.com/same-day delivery for details.
The garage is more than
Beretti?
a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions,
What's your name?
and for most, it's a bustling entryway
Malia?
to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first
M-A-L-I-A?
ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are
EA?
secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and
H.
powered by
And what's
MyQ
your
for
last name?
smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage
Santa
Doors
Cruz?
and Gates are your locally owned
De La
LiftMaster
Cruz.
professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
All right. And what are you ladies? You're the sweethearts?
Are you having sewer and drain issues?
Little
Pick
miss?
Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is the name to know
Okay.
when your drains don't flow. We do the dirty jobs so you can focus on yours. Leave the drain pain to the experts. Call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
All right. Go ahead and put those on.
TFCU Gives supports local organizations who help those in need. We take pride in giving back and believe that we are stronger when we all pitch in to help one another. For over 50 years, The Haven has provided women with a safe, inclusive place for recovery with respect, without shame or judgment. TFCU
There you
invites
go.
you to join us in partnering with The Haven for the health
If y'all are
and
gonna wear
respect
your
of all
hats, I gotta
women
wear
throughout
mine
our
too.
community. Visit thehaventucson.org to learn more.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes?
Look at the young lady for the picture.
You need to call Big Lou, a term provider, 800-568-2790. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. If you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month.
Okay.
You may have a solution for your previous policies.
You all can hear me?
Well. You
Yeah.
might even save enough money to lighten the load on your
really
new
good.
$1
Yeah.
million
Sounds
policy.
That's Radio 1290.
All right, it is our final segment out here at the Tucson Rodeo. La Fiesta de los Vaqueros. 100 years of this fabulous event, and we've got some royalty to wrap things up today. I have Bliss Beretti, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, she is the Tucson sweetheart of the rodeo, and I've got Malia de la Cruz. She is the Tucson Little Miss. Ladies, welcome. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Bliss. How did you become the rodeo sweetheart?
Well, first, I actually won it here in Vaqueros de la Cruz.
Vaqueros de la Cruz?
I can't quite say it.
Okay.
I want it here at this rodeo, and it's kind of like up, with a big TV screen. It's kind of like in there where like the tent is, kind of where you can watch it. In the arena, I did my horsemanship, where I do a pattern, and then I do a pattern.
So you had to ride a horse in order to be the sweetheart.
Yes, and then after that, in the night, we had to do this pageant where we have to say a speech, model, and
okay. What was your speech about?
My speech about is that what I am. I mean,
who you are.
Yeah, who I are, and what is my horse, and what do I love?
What's your horse's name?
My horse is Mick.
Mick?
Yes.
What's cool? What do you love about Mick?
Well, he takes care of me when we're out in the arena.
Oh, there you go.
Sometimes when I accidentally lean forwards a lot, he stops and kind of makes sure I don't fall down.
Okay.
He's a great horse.
Awesome. Now, Malia de la Cruz is the Little Miss. Now, how did you become the Little Miss? Is this same competition?
Yeah, but I'm in a different age group.
Oh, okay, so different age groups.
Yeah, so I did the same thing. We competed by the big screen, and I did a speech, my interview, and my horsemanship.
Mm-hmm.
And my horse, he takes care of me too. His name's Clifford Franklin, and he's
why did you name your horse Clifford Franklin?
We named him after a movie, and I thought it was.
What was the movie?
The Replacements.
Okay.
And
the football movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because he's really fast, but he doesn't know how to catch.
That is so. So, how old are you?
I'm 11.
And how old are you, Bliss?
I'm 9.
You're 9. Okay.
Yes.
Did you all know each other before this whole thing?
No,
we met each other like in the pageant. Like,
in the pageant?
Yeah. Yeah, our friends. Our horses became friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So your horses are besties, and now you all are besties.
Yes. That's actually how we met.
Oh, there we go.
Was like just hanging out, and that's how we met.
All right. So now, what do you guys do? Are you out here every day?
Yeah, we're gonna be here until Sunday, and if you guys want to come out and see me, I'm gonna be competing in the goat tying, and we're gonna be doing hot laps here in the arena. So I think that's gonna be fun. We're gonna be here until Sunday, and then the rodeo's over, and then hopefully next year we'll get to try out again for the pageant, and maybe we might win.
Okay, so goat tying. What's that all about?
So there's a goat with 4 legs, and you have your horse.
I sure hope he has 4 legs, right?
And you run down as fast as you can to wherever the goat is. You stop, get off, and then you go tie the goat. You tie 3 legs with a goat string, and then you have to tie it as fast as you can. And then after that, you take your hands off of the goat, and then they count the time. And you have to make sure your goat doesn't get up, so you get timed. And I actually won that, so I'm gonna be here this Sunday to compete.
That's awesome. Now,
the
do you tie the goat by yourself, or is there somebody else helping you?
No, you have to tie the goat by yourself.
Oh, wow. How about you, Bliss? Do you have an event you're competing in?
Well, next rodeo I'll do goat tying.
Okay.
My mom doesn't want me to do
not quite yet. Okay.
Well, I used to do barrel race, but not anymore because my mom just don't want to.
Don't want to do barrel racing either?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Barrel racing, goat tying. Do you have a favorite that you do? A favorite event for each of you?
Oh yeah. I like goat tying. I got this like dummy that's made out of tires.
Oh, okay.
Goat tie, and I got a pink goat
tie
string.
I like steer riding. It's pretty fun.
Steer riding?
Yeah.
Wow.
Last year at this Tucson Rodeo, I won 2nd place in the steer riding.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You did steer
riding? Yeah, I did steer riding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
So now what school do you go to, Bliss?
I go to Lehman Academy of Excellence, down kind of like, I get down by Marana.
Okay. And how about you, Malia? Where are you at?
I am actually with my mom. She homeschools me.
Oh, you're homeschooled?
Yeah. So I go online, and I just do, like,
I see my teacher, and we go over a couple of hours of work. I never know what my school's called, but I just go and I see my teacher, and I just do the steps that she tells me to do, and I'm doing pretty good in school, so.
All right. Do either one of you know what you want to be when you grow up yet?
I do.
Yeah?
I want to do this, and, well, I want to be a rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen.
A rodeo queen. How about you, Malia? What do you want to do?
I want to be a world champion, and my dream is to be a barrel racer, a world champion barrel racer. Something in rodeo, but queens, they're not bad. And people say that queens, it's just easy being queen, and it's not. So it's not easy being queen, but it's really fun being a queen, though.
Awesome.
And you get to meet people and interact, and they say that queens they just don't do anything. They just smile and be pretty. But I'm a queen, and I won the goat tying, so how can that be?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
For all the kids out there that want to be queens, you can be queens, and you can do other stuff. So don't let people tell you that you can't do anything. Yeah, do what your heart says. Don't listen to those people trying to make you not do what you want.
Absolutely. Right. Ladies, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Be whatever you want to be and do whatever you need to do to get there.
Right.
All right. Bliss Peretti, Malia Dela Cruz. J-Dub, I think that's a perfect way to wrap up today, huh?
That's probably the best interview you've ever done, DJ.
I think so, too. Whoa. All right. That's going to wrap it up from the La Fiesta de los Vaqueros Tucson Rodeo. Thanks to all of the folks that stopped by. Thanks to J-Dub. Thanks to Cricket. Thanks to Percelia for making a lot of these interviews happen. Don't forget, tomorrow we'll be with you, 4:30, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day before the Wildcats and BYU. Until that time, have a great Friday night, everybody.
I'm a queen, and I won the goat tying, so how can that be?
Exactly. Exactly.
For all the kids out there that want to be queens, you can be queens, and you can do other stuff. So don't let people tell you that you can't do anything. Yeah, do what your heart says. Don't listen to those people trying to make you not do what you want.
Absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much for coming by.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, community traffic and weather together. Expect to see a lot of extra traffic through the weekend through Sunday near Irvington and 6th Avenue near the Tucson Rodeo grounds. Westbound I-10 about 15 miles east of the town of Benson. Westbound I-10 closed. Milepost 326. Eastbound I-10 frontage road closes tonight between Grant and Speedway from 9 p.m. until midnight. Lows near 40.